down the same path until we bring closure to that situation, which brings me to another term that I want
Okay.
to give you. Transference.
All right.
You familiar with that term?
Yeah, I think we talked about that a couple of times in one of our verbatums. Yeah.
So transference has to do with unresolved issues of the past.
Okay.
And so what I have to be on guard about with myself is when I find myself highly emotionally reactive,
Okay.
that's when I move to a space of curiosity. And I'm saying to myself, self,
Right.
boy, what's wrong with you?
Okay.
And let me say this in relation to transference. When we're a child, we learn how to relate with others
Mm.
through those primary relationships.
Right.
Mom, dad, sister, brother. Those are the primary relationships, and then secondary relationships of extended family, those important people in our lives that we spend a lot of time with. They fundamentally teach us how to relate to the world.
Right.
And so when we meet someone and we've never met them before, there's a pattern of behavior that you're going to bring to that relationship or that interaction based upon how they are reacting to you and how it correlates to those early childhood relationships. Let me give you an example. Have you ever met someone and you just didn't like them?
Yeah. Yeah.
9 times out of 10, because you don't know that person.
Hello.
You
Right.
don't know them to either like them or not like them. And so what's happening is there's something being obscured. There's kind of an overlay that we're placing onto the other person,
Okay.
even though we don't know them. There's some people, their behavior. If I meet a person who's extremely controlling and rigid, my default behavior is to relate to them or relate with them in the way in which I would relate to my father.
Okay.
And so that's something that we have to be on guard. In doing that, that's not a good thing.
Right.
In doing that, we're dehumanizing the other person.
Right.
We're making the other person a non-person, and we're not relating with them on the basis of who they are.
Right.
And so it requires us to do that internal work.
And when that has happened, I have asked myself, it's like, okay, what is it about this person that you don't like? Why? That you don't even know them, and it's like, it's just something about it. But I do try and, give that individual an opportunity to either verify or invalidate the fact that, okay, and then I think too, sometimes it's just intuition too, it's like, okay, that person is not someone that, is trustworthy. So, I believe too that we can't just totally disregard that. I understand what you're saying about the transference when it's unwarranted, and that individual, like you say, when we meet that particular type and it reminds us of someone from our childhood, then no, that's wrong. But if it is valid, and this is a person that does not mean you good, seeks to harm you, then yeah, so
Yeah, in the latter case that you're bringing up, that wouldn't be transference.
okay. So it's only in same, well, I guess same type of characteristics, but when it is something that is unwarranted, when that individual is not someone that poses a threat or anything of that nature, or you just put it on because you defaulted to, like you said, someone in the past, and then that's when the transference would come. If it's a situation where it's just something about this person that I don't feel comfortable with, or whatever the case may be, then at that point it's okay, we can continue to explore to verify whether or not, that person does mean you some harm. Okay, got it.
Yeah. And so there's a good aspect to transference
Okay,
and there's a negative aspect.
all right, okay.
Our goal is nothing more than to raise our awareness around why we respond and act and
Okay.
behave and relate with others in the way that we do. Not taking things for granted. Oh, I've always done this.
Yeah, I get that.
No, be more reflective than that, and try to put your finger on why am I behaving this way with this person? As it relates to the person that that you meet and you just don't like, sometimes I'm able to put my finger on it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's their mannerisms. They remind me of Jimmy, who I didn't like when I was a kid. And Jimmy used to do X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, his mannerisms, this guy's mannerisms, kick something up within me, to kind of that moved me away from Johnny. And Johnny may be the patient.
Okay, I got it.
And so that's another question that I ask myself when I'm working with someone, and I feel drawn to that person, I have to be on guard too about that.
Okay.
What is it about this person? Why am I being drawn to this person? Because the tendency is to dehumanize that person and to act and relate with that person on the basis of what happened in the past, as opposed to dealing with the person that's in front of you in the moment.
Okay.
And this is a big issue because